be calling you a radical. So NOAA has confirmed more of Kevin Blanch's work, and this is important. So in 2011, you know I got leukemia. 2012, 10 years ago right now, they cut me loose. Couldn't chemo me no more, I was dying. I started to walk the coast of California and travel around 10 years ago, the death of Danielle Willard, Million Mass March. So I started walking the coast of California with a sleeping bag. Full of cancer, weighed 120 something pounds, platelet counts of 38. And I walked the coast of California basically for years, documenting the collapse of the wells, the tide pools, the salmon, the seal. So this is important. As I was walking, sleeping in a sleeping bag, NOAA was up and down the coast in these black vehicles at 4 o'clock in the morning. And they had detectors. They'd put them up under the underpass. I'd see them. I videoed it and put them online. They'd take it down. So I would talk to NOAA constantly, all the time. And I'm like, well, what about what's coming off of Fukushima? Not our job. Everybody would laugh at me. I documented the tide pool collapse. I documented, remember the seals? Remember the seals? When they all started to collapse? I remember being at Avila there at Diablo, and Joe, the famous wildlife photographer, was there. And I'm like, watch this, there's a whole family of seals out there. Mom, dad, brothers, sisters, cousins, grandparents. I'm like, he says, I've never seen anything like it. They come right up, all of them, under the pill, and they're talking to me. And I'm talking to them. What are they saying? And they're like, Kevin, save me, save me, save us, save us. Fukushima's wiped out our food. What are you saying? I'm trying, I'm trying. What are they saying? They're saying try harder. Okay, I will try harder. Go ask him. You don't believe me. So they would put orange bands on when they'd go out there on the islands and tag them. That was his job. He worked for him and his sons. And NOAA would only let him put one orange tag on him. This is in 2013, 14, 15. Remember, they went out the one next year and they tagged hundreds, if not thousands, and they found one survivor. They named him Kevin, by the way. The sea lions, remember the sea lions up and down the coast? And I went to all the organizations, I went to everybody, and they're trying to save them, and they're testing. 65% of them were testing positive for AML leukemia. That, I mean, right there, there's your smoking gun. This still hadn't started to collapse. I'm like, the Chinook haven't collapsed. They're going crazy. Everybody's saying, I said, they'll collapse in 2016. They go to see if did they? I says, the wells. I remember in 2016, and NOAA's confirming my work. I'm standing right at Hypocrite Point, right there on PB in my place, and Lisa walks out of the room and says, what are you doing? I'm getting a jump on the dead well camp. They're going to start to collapse. This is the next. You broke the chain to happen. Our group, the Post-Ignorance Project, we started working the coast, monitoring reports, everything. We counted 311, believe it or not. Actually, we went to 320 something. Starved to death in 1 year. What was that, 2015, 2016? NOAA's come out today and confirmed exactly Kevin Blanch's work to a T, and said the well collapses continued, and it really started in earnest in 2015, 16. And why are they dying? They're dying at sea. Lack of food. Tim Martin was just at NOAA's headquarters in Gold Beach, Oregon, talked to them and ODFW, the biologist who doesn't like us, won't go on camera with us, and he confirmed, yeah, the salmon are dying at sea. Everything's dying at sea. Kevin Blanch, walking the coast. So I'm at Half Moon Bay, and I'm sick. I'm out of food. I'm really cold. I got no Wi-Fi. Well, it wasn't like you had phones in those days. I had an iPad in those days, and a shitty-ass phone. They'd been dead for days. I was almost dead. I walk up, and right as the sun's coming up, and I could see there, and I could see, whoa, on the beach right there. Right as the sun's coming up, I'm like, holy fuck, is that what I think it is? 60,000 pound humpback whale. So I keep walking and walking. I get right to it as the sun's coming up. And it was right at its dying quivers. Had blood coming all over out of its womb. You could see the baby was floating out there. It was enumerated, you could see. I had my hands right on its eye, bigger than me, open. It was stunning. Of course, you know, stand there as it dies. What did the 60,000-pound humpback whale say to the upper California purple urchin, to the ochre, to the starfish, to the California crimson, to the sea anemone? Fukushima killed my food. You promised you would never break the chain. I'm going back to the velvet underground. May a landslide bring all you NOAA, you biologists, all you fucking Fukushima coverers fucking down. The 60,000-pound humpback whale says to the starfish is back. We too, we're plankton feeders. Fukushima broke the chain. You promised you would never break the chain. It killed our food. We're all starving to death. Scientists are mystified. They're baffled. They're stumped. They're bewildered. They're curious. They're alarmed. Let's cut them up with a chainsaw. So that well, I had a roller in my paint roller. In its own blood, I wrote Fukushima killed me process. And you could see where they cut that out. So some woman comes up, psycho. Oh my God, it's Kevin Waggy. Fukushima can't kill a 60,000-pound. Well, I says Fukushima never did. I never said radiation. She says radiation could kill 60,000. I says it killed its food. It starved to death. Is it that difficult to understand the food chain? It's a food chain. It's the ecology. So of course she calls the cops. Here come all the muck. They're going to arrest me. They got the plastic cuffs on me for the umpteenth freaking time. Here comes somebody higher up. I'm not even sure who he was, but he was, you know, a white shirt. And he cocked up and he says, take those cuffs off Kevin Blanch right now. And he looked right at me and he says, Kevin Blanch doesn't need to be arrested. Kevin Blanch deserves a gold medal. And he says, can anything I can do for you, Mr. Blanch? He says, I got to say to you, thank you for all your work you've done on our coast. Thank you you've done for our ecology. I can't say enough. He says, my wife has cancer, and she says she absolutely adores your work. She is religious about your work. If there's anything I can do, and I says, yeah, there's a juice bar, I think. I'm not sure how far up there. And he says, no, it's not far. Come on. I'll give you a ride. Here, anything else I can do you? Got me a juice, reached in his pocket, says, here. This is all the cash I had. He like 38 bucks in cash. Here. Thank you for everything you do. NOAA's confirmed my work. Look what you've done. What have we done to our ecology? What have we done? What have we done? What have we done? What have we done? That's a blue. What creatures, what animals. They are incredible. Obamacans versus Trumpets, the two greatest criminals in history. The Fukushima cover-up trilogy. I'm going back to the velvet underground. All you scumbags that covered, may a landslide bring you down. You promised you would never break the chain. It's an ecology. How difficult is it? How hard is it to understand this? Really, how hard is it to understand this? How hard is it? How difficult it is to understand that they never happened before. 3 full core meltdowns, and you're saying there's no. They used to come in and gather up. I remember I'm standing there. I'm at Gorda, sleep in my sleeping bag. Feels like heaven. Fuck the vivid dreams I had that night about Hanukkah and my dad. Oh, that was an intense night. Spiritual, so spiritual. All I could hear is the barking elephant seals. I tipped over my water and it was hot like today, way hot. Flagged down a fish cop. I says, well, what about I've never seen it so healthy. I says, you need to get the fuck out of your truck and start looking around. These animals are starving to death. This is in 2015. He says, well, I do pick up a lot of Fukushima debris. I says, yeah, you and NOAA, they come up in black ops. They would come in black ops operations in 2012, 13, 14, in earnest in 14. And they come in at 4 in the morning. They come in and they pick it up, and I'd video it, you know, when I had what camera I had, and then they would, I couldn't post it on YouTube, they'd take it down. The bridge at Gold Beach made it here in 6 days from Japan. Breaking news, fish swim. Breaking news, jet stream moves left to right. These are full blown out core meltdowns. I'm the only person on Earth to report it properly what had never happened before. Thus, scientists are mystified, baffled, stumped, perplexed, bewildered, because it's new. By the time he left, he had one of my Pacific genocide stickers on his bumper. My work is not in vain. You know, they can kettle me, you can all run from me, and you can all flee from me. This is the greatest PhD in human history, the Great Pacific Genocide. As hypothesized by Kevin Blanch on March 11, 2011, they're going to push this energy into the Pacific Ocean. It's going to break the eco chain. The tide pools will go first. Heat bubble of the western United States. The Great Salt Lake will freaking go dry. It's going to cause viruses. It's going to cause starvation events all over. The stillhead will collapse immediately. We don't count dead tide pools. Oh, Kevin Blanch says, we don't count dead humans in bone marrow. It'll give you cancer. It'll give you cancer. Oh, I got cancer. Given a death sentence. Given too much to live on. When did the bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11? Where'd you sleep last night? Don't you fucking lie to me. I slept in the dead fucking pines with the suns from Fukushima, Japan. Fuck. They always shine. Don't you lie to me, girl. I slept in the bone marrow transplant next to you, Kevin. I slept in the fucking pines. Way up firm and high. Don't you remember? Don't you remember the wells? Don't you remember the sills? Don't you remember? Lord, I remember. Lord, I remember. Lord, I remember. Lord, I remember. Uncle Reed died of this disease recently. Where's your sax? Where's your violin? Where's your fishing pole and your guitar? Lord, I remember. Way up from it high. Obey, consume, obey, consume. What animals they are. What amazing, incredible creatures. My favorite are the seals. What are they saying? Kevin, save me. Fukushima killed our food. It took out the plankton. It broke the chain. What are you saying back? I'm trying. I'm doing everything I can. I'm fighting hard. I'm dying of leukemia too, just like you are. We know. You've got to fight harder. You've got to try harder. I am. I slept in a sleeping bag walking up and down that coast for fucking years. You know, traveled all over. Fuck, I was wiped out. I weighed 119 fucking pounds. I went from 175. What a fucking journey. My daughter says it all the time. It's the only reason you're alive. I fight for her. She fights for we. Kevin D. from the sea. It's the fucking ecology, stupid. Where's your fucking crown, all of you? Everybody that's gone along. I'm going back to the velvet underground. You see, gypsy, I never left. You did. You took the flowers out of your fucking hair and traded in for a shiny fucking coffin and a fucking mortgage on the fucking hill. Remember how good looking and beautiful you were in the 60s and the fucking 70s? Look at you now. Look at you now. Fucking may a landslide bring you fucking down. NOAA's confirmed Kevin Blanch's historic, incredible work. I get no fucking credit for nothing that I've done. It's just the greatest PhD in fucking human history. That's all. That's all. My whole tool bag. 10,000 fucking jobs I did for that fucking thing. I'm getting old. I think we are. I'm going back to 11. You're all Melania Trump. Not our tiny army. We care. Our small group. We try. We try. We try. But NOAA, the marine biology departments all over the country, all over the world, the media, every single I used to talk to Wyden all the time. He won't even speak to me anymore. Mike Lee, all of them. They betrayed us. That flag has been all over the world. I made that flipping it behind my back, hitting a soup can with that axe into the painting. Try that one. You gotta drip. You gotta flip. What denial. We've been betrayed. We've been betrayed. The starfish been betrayed. The seals have been betrayed. The whales have been betrayed. The children have been betrayed. The humans. We've all been betrayed. Crazy train went off the fucking rails. Obey, consume, obey, consume, obey, consume. Ignore the ecology. It's unbelievable to me how the evidence, anecdotal, that I've proven. It's not opinion anymore. First you hypothesize the knowledge, then you do the field work, then you defend your work. Look at this tsunami I'm up against. You kettle me, I'll kettle you. What YouTube's done to me is criminal. What? Think about that. They hired teams of trolls as their answer. The DOE, the NEI. I traced it down, went to the FBI. There were literally dozens of YouTube sites in the old days and Facebook pages 100% committed to slandering Kevin Blanch, Wyman critical condition. Felonies all 50 states. That's how afraid of they were of me. I got news for you. You are no match for me. All the seals, all the whales, all the sea lions, all the creatures in the sea. Every last single one of them. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, which I did, I fear no evil. And the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate and their enablers and their protectors are evil. I fear no fucking evil. But Kevin reached into the bag and he slung the stone, and the slung stuck the nuclear giant in his forehead, and the nuclear giant fell to the earth. Read the rest of the scripture. You are no match for me. For the seals, for the whales, for the sea lions, for every single little fishy, to the upper California purple urchins, to the ochre starfish, to the California crimson in the sea. I fight for them. They fight for we, Kevin D. They fight for me from the sea. Stay tuned. It's the ecology, stupid.